Okay, Sam, I just dragged your file over here from Windows Explorer and dropped it into place. The first thing that comes up is says it's an educational version. You want to make sure that when you open up educational files that you don't have other assemblies and parts open, because sometimes, kind of like a cancer, it'll migrate from the educational file to the other file, and you're going to have this stamp that's going to follow you around, and that thing is impossible to get rid of. SolidWorks knows how to do it, but they have never shared how to do that, so you have to be careful about that. So that's the first thing. So I'm going to say, okay, I have no other files open around that right now. And then it's going to ask if you want to do feature recognition. So this file is created by some other program or maybe some conventional way. But when you save that program to kind of preserve the intellectual property that might be behind that, so people don't try to pirate it and try to take your design you may have spent hours and hours on and use it for their own needs, you save that over here in your feature manager tree as what they call a dummy solid. You can save it as, one of those is like an STL file maybe, but an IGES file or something similar. Then you could drop that into a part drawing. It's got no features associated with it. And the only indication of that it might be a dummy file over here is that it's got that symbol over here at the top of the feature manager tree. So somebody added a couple planes in here and in a sketch. You may have done that, but yeah. That would be in addition to that. So the history base in SolidWorks is going to follow that initial file that's in there. So one way you can do that is go to feature recognition, and it's going to go ahead and pick this apart. The way it's saved, I don't know if it's going to be able to do that very easily, but it's going to pick apart this surface, and it'll probably give you a big surface body in here and probably help you deconstruct that. So now you're going to reverse engineer it, hopefully, and try to get something you could actually make modifications to the model. So when you see that this dialog box in here, I would go to yes and actually see how far you can get in feature recognition. Sometimes it takes a long time to do that. Other times it's not going to be able to create some of these surfaces in here because they're going to be very complicated. So go ahead and do that. See if that helps with what you need to do. Otherwise, you're just going to have to try to find the original file to this and make modifications to that too, if you can get your hands on that.